Hi guys, I'm Rob and welcome back to Rob's Model Cars. Now today's review is of a model that I've been chasing for a very long time, maybe a year and a half to be exact, and it is in fact the AUTOart Signature Series model of the Pagani Zonda Revolution. Now these have been long sold out from AUTOart, and a fellow collector in the UK, David, thank you very much, he was willing to part with his from the collection and sell it to me. So I didn't pay too much more than what this model retailed for brand new from AUTOart. Those that follow me on social media knows that I tried to buy one of these through Teo Bayo and the deal went south. So glad that David in the UK was happy to sell me this model. Now I have the full carbon Zonda R, I have the white Zonda R Evolution. Now this is the blue and black Zonda Revolution. So that completes my set of three Zonda Rs. Now, as I said, this is a signature model. Came in this box, plain black box with the Pagani emblems and the Zonda Revolution logo on the box. Model is packaged inside in a foam shell to protect it, which obviously you need that. And again, with these older signature models, they did come with a certificate of authenticity. So this is number 176. And they do also give you these booklets as well, which again has pictures of the model and some description of how many parts are fitted in the model and so forth. So that was the good old days of signature models. Now, the top of the box actually houses the rear and the front clamshells of the model. This is one of AUTOart's most detailed models they ever made, and the lower shell contains the car without the front and rear clips on there. So many of you have seen plenty of pictures on Facebook and such of the engine detail on these Zonda R models from AUTOart. One of the best ever made, right up there with Exodo, I'd say, nearly, for engine detail. So yeah, so glad to have this in the collection. So before I put it in the display case, I thought I'd do a quick review of it and give you guys a bit of a look at it. Now, even though this blue and black version is sold out from AUTOart, they have released a black version with the orange and red stripe running up through the body. They're still at reasonably good prices. They're not sold out yet, so prices haven't gone through the roof. But unfortunately, these blue and black carbon versions sold out, and the ones that do pop up are over $1,000. So anyway, we'll get this out, we'll put it on the turntable, and we'll have a closer look at one of AUTOart's best ever made models. Okay, so here we have the glorious Pagani Zonda Revolution in blue and black carbon fibre. Now, I absolutely love these Zonda Rs. They're so extreme, so aggressive for a race car. And this AUTOart model is absolutely packed full of details. And yeah, that just goes back to the old signature AUTOart models. So super detailed on the interior, underneath the front of the model and the engine compartment. So let's start with the details on this model. So of course it does have photo etch mesh in all of the openings around the model. Adequate detail on the headlights there. Nice little Pagani emblem on the nose. Now this is all carbon fibre decal, or it's tampo printed. Even all of these little dive planes on the front of the model and the front splitter. Hardly any use of textured carbon fibre plastic on this model, which is fantastic. Now the blue is a very dark blue, probably looks a lot lighter under the LED lights than it is, but the model is quite dark, but it looks really good in this configuration and spec with the bright blue highlights throughout the model. So as I said, it has all these big dive planes on the front here, front splitter. Fantastic job on the wheels, these Pagani center lock wheels with the bright blue brake calipers, and good job on the brake rotors inside as well. I'll just skim around the outside and then I'll start taking it apart. The side sills again are all tampo printed or decals. Nice job on the race style windows on the doors. Nice little delicate mirrors here. This one needs a little bit of a tighten of the screw. This is a second-hand model, so that's something I can address later on, but nice delicate little mirrors. You've of course got your snorkel air scoops here with a blue trim on there as well. The fuel fillers are in this bright blue colour too. Of course you've got the bright blue body line which runs right through to the back of the model. The enormous rear wing of these Zonda Rs, which is just fantastic. This one being the Revolution, which is the same as the Evolution, has the shark fin here on the back of the model. And you've got a very impressive rear diffuser on this model. It's just berserk. It's just absolutely mental, which I love. Now the model is die cast. Oh, they have done a great job on the tail lights as well, and the exhaust pipes, and you can start to see some of the engine detail through there as well. And you've got this secondary little rear wing here also, which looks great. Now the underside of the model is all flat bottom. That is textured carbon fibre, but that's pretty much the only textured carbon fibre on the whole body. Of course you've got your roof scoop on the top, and again that's got the blue highlight on there as well. Now let's open this model up and have a closer look. So if we open the doors up, the whole front clamshell comes off, as you can see here. Lots of little parts on here. It is just textured carbon fibre look plastic underneath, and some of this is tampo printed or decals as well. So fair bit of weight in that. That is die cast metal, that whole front section. And if we have a look here, this is pretty much the only use of textured carbon fibre plastic is in this front section of the model here. It is tampo printed or decals on these sides here, but this main air scoop area is textured plastic. You've of course got all your brake duct cooling lines in there. You've got your silver suspension points running through there, some fluid reservoirs. It really is a lot of detail in there underneath the cowl of the windscreen. Lots of little photo etch rivets and metals there holding the window in, and just lots of little detail in there. So you do have steering on the model, although it doesn't steer that freely. It's quite stiff on this model, but the wheels do turn as well. So yeah, really impressive amount of detail underneath the front of this model. Super aggressive. Now the back of the clamshell comes off as well, so we'll just open those doors up so we can get that off. And again, this whole clamshell is die cast and made up with some plastic parts as well, like the rear wing and yeah, the air scoops, shark fin, that's plastic, but the main clamshell itself is all metal. Now the underside of this is all tampon or tampo printed, I should say, or decals. So nicely finished on the underside, just like the top side of the model as well. So that is the whole rear section of the model off. I might leave the engine till last because it's so spectacular. So if we open the doors up, they don't really stay open on this model, and my other Zonda Rs are exactly the same, but you can see there's quite a large amount of detail inside. We've got blue racing seats, fire extinguisher bottle on the floor, full roll cage in the car, and some more bright blue highlights on the air conditioning vents inside. You've of course got racing harnesses on those seats, and there's a bit more use of textured plastic on the inside as well, but not a great deal. So all the floors are carbon fibre, and you've got these nice Pagani emblems on the door sill as well. So yeah, the interior is quite good on this model. Again, a little bit of use of carbon fibre textured plastic, mainly on the top of the dashboard and the floor of the model, but it really doesn't detract too much. It's really the exterior of the model being all tampo printed or carbon fibre decals that really makes the difference on these models. Now, let's talk about this engine, because this is one of AUTOart's best models for a scale engine. Check this out, V12 naturally aspirated AMG engine. Lots and lots of detail. Again, some bright blue highlights on the rocker covers of this engine to match the brake calipers and the body line stripe. But you've got all your suspension system here, which does work, as you can see here. If we move that up and down, it does have little springs in there, little control rods, and just, you can see the gearbox, all this rear subframe, the wide exhaust system, metal exhaust outlets. It really is a thing of beauty. I just wish they made models that were this detailed. So yeah, as you can see, one of AUTOart's best models ever made, and this engine is one of the best. It's nearly at the level of Exoto quality engine detail. My Nissan R89C is only slightly better than this, to be honest, but not much. They are very, very close. So massive amount of detail in that engine compartment. And just look at the size of that rear diffuser hanging out the back here from the floor of the model. It's absolutely massive. So yeah, that is basically going to wrap up today's review of the Zonda Revolution. It's definitely a must for the collection. You've got to have at least one Zonda R in your collection. Even if you're not the biggest Pagani fan, this is just such an iconic vehicle in supercar racing car history. You've got to have one. So again, if I was going to give this a Rob score, I would give this an 8 to an 8.5 out of 10, just because it's packed full of so much detail, and it is one of the best engine details of any models to ever come out of AUTOart, full stop. That's my opinion anyway. So yeah, that's basically going to wrap up today's review of this 1/18 scale AUTOart Pagani Zonda Revolution. If you're new to the channel, why not subscribe? Don't forget to smash that like button if you like the video. Feel free to share the video also, and don't forget to follow me on social media as well. So I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I also have an eBay store where I do sell some models, so all the links to those 3 pages are on the home page of this YouTube channel. So go and click on those links and it'll take you straight there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's review of this Pagani Zonda Revolution as much as I've enjoyed showing it to you. Stay tuned, plenty more model reviews on the way. But until next time, thanks for watching Rob's Model Cars.